Get my water. Alright, I think I'm live. Perhaps. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. I'm live. I'm live. It's all good. Alright, so. Hmm. Okay. My phone doesn't sound that bad this time. I think it sounds okay. Hopefully that will help. Um, what's it look like on YouTube? Okay. Um, should wait. Should I? Hmm. What should I do? I didn't set music again, as usual. Music is the one thing I always forget. Um. Oh gosh, as always, the music. Gosh, I so badly wish YouTube wasn't so picky about the music. Ooh, favorite color definitely is teal. I love teal. Sorry, I was looking at the YouTube chat the entire time, and apparently it has not updated. But yeah, I love teal. Teal and any sort of green are absolutely up there with some of my favorite colors. Hey everyone, good morning or technically good afternoon where I live. It is not morning anymore. won't change the tile, but you guys still can ask me anything. I figured it'd be kind of a fun short stream again, um, before my dinner is ready. And so I will answer questions and stuff like that. Just, and questions I'm comfortable answering, of course. Um, but as always, how are you guys doing today? Pet spider. Huh. Well, I'm a little afraid of spiders, but I have seen some friendly like pet spiders that look pretty cool. I don't know if I'd ever own one myself, though. They're a little bit too out there for me, but that's all good. Well, I'm gonna put this on a more colorful background, give it a little bit pizzazz. Oh, yeah. Actually, I always do yellow, don't I? Nice pastel pink. I love that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I definitely dealt with that a lot too when I was in school. Always tell someone. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, always tell someone if something's happening to you. People always made fun of me for my like teeth and stuff, and that was always really hard. But just gotta remember, you're always better than them. Oh, give me just a second. Yeah, this is just a quick little stream before I have to go eat dinner. Yeah. Today I was gonna answer questions. Oh my goodness, 23 books. I would die. I haven't read that many books in so long. It's hard for me to read books nowadays. I just have such a low attention span. Like, I'd rather just watch podcasts, honestly. Ooh, I wonder if I can pull up something else without it. I wonder if I can pull up some stuff real quick. Hold on. Um, okay. Um, I'll pull up a couple sneak peeks for my next videos if anyone is interested. Um, wonder what demons would look like. I actually don't really have demons in my story. It's really just ghosts. Um, but there definitely like is levels to how crazy their eyes can get for sure. Especially when someone possesses you, that can get kind of crazy looking. I'm gonna make some drawings about that. And like what it looks like when you get possessed as a ghost, because oh boy, it can look really scary. Um, there's definitely some ghosts that act demonic, but typically they're all considered ghosts, and then there's like different terms. You've been a ghost for a long time. Um, I like reading. It's hard for me to do it nowadays. I just get too distracted. So I've been trying to get into audiobooks. I haven't yet, but I want to try to get into audiobooks. So let me show a couple of drawings. I can't show the clips because the music is copyrighted, and if I show them here, I would likely get my stream taken down. So unfortunately, I can't show any actual clips, but I will show a couple of drawings. A couple of drawings. Let me see how I should do this. Ooh, this is from one of my shorts that's coming up. Um, I just drag this over. Ooh, Are you gonna make a video? Yes, I am going to make a video of the lore. Um, I still will. I will still make a video of the lore. Do not worry. I'm still working on some animatics, and I'm about to finish this big one. And then I have a couple of other. I have a shorter video coming out this week. I know. I'm sorry. I wish I could show them, but unfortunately, YouTube is just too strict with something like that. And most of my videos will unfortunately use copyrighted music. Um, but for the most part, this is Ray. Um, this is Ray, and this is him holding a bit of soul power, a bit of his soul power in his hand, and essentially, when a ghost becomes too not too powerful, but just like when they get to the point of practicing, because Ray's been a ghost for 58 years in my story, and the longer you're a ghost, the more powerful you get. So basically, he can take parts of his soul and use it as what we call a soul power. So he's basically got a ball of soul power in his hand, and the lines and dots on his skin, the teal ones, are indicating that he is using too much of his soul power. So whenever you see a character doing that, they're essentially putting their body through like overboard. Like they're basically they're using pretty much all their strength, and so it's really bad for the ghost body. It can actually scar, and like when a ghost gets hurt, like their body always regenerates. This is the one thing that does not regenerate. It's if they get scarring from their soul powers, it actually burns into their skin, and and if I ever get to do something with my story, Ray will actually be a character that has like scarring from it. So you'll get to see just how scary it becomes. And this video, I won't name the song, but it's a short. It's gonna be just a few. It's gonna be like 15 seconds long. It's gonna be a YouTube short, and essentially, I like the thought of Ray. He is a a good character. He's a good guy, but he definitely can go overboard with his powers. And so I kind of like the idea of him. I know all of this is a work in progress, of course, but I really like the idea of him going a little bit too crazy, um, and going, a little bit hardcore, to put it basically. And like I said, yeah, and they're essentially what you'll see if someone doesn't have something, like if they don't have part of their eye or if they don't have part of their leg or arm. They got that before they died, because whenever a ghost gets hurt, like I said, they always regenerate. So if you lose an arm, it'll eventually regenerate back to its normal, to whatever like normal um, arm they had before. But if you come into the afterlife without an arm, like if you lost your arm before you died, then you won't have an arm. Like it'll basically your soul, every 24 hours, because people, even humans, have souls in this world. Basically your soul reads over your body and creates basically what like a copy of your DNA every 24 hours. And so within that 24-hour period, if you lost something, you'll very likely not have it when you come to the afterlife. So yeah, basically if you don't have something before that period, you'll not have it in the afterlife. So that makes sense. So like basically, as long as if it happened right before you died, you're good. Like it'll regenerate back because your soul processes your DNA every 24 hours. I know that sounds so confusing. I'm so sorry. That's why I really need to make a video about it, because I feel like it's so hard to explain without going into detail, because I've been planning this out for so long. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. I can go into more detail. I also hope to maybe put up like a written explanation somewhere, like maybe like a Google Drive or something. And it'll basically be a place where I list everything that might be a little bit confusing about the story. So yeah, I'll show another one. I'll show another little sneak. Um, I have a new character showing in my next animatic. Um, I have, well, she has shown up in a couple of other animatics, but it's been kind of in the background, so it's hard to notice her. But let me pull her up. Trying to pick a good picture, one that I like of her. I like this one. This one shows how kind of crazy she is. Um, this is a good one. Yay! Welcome. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'll be streaming for a little bit longer this time, so I'll still be streaming for a little bit. But this is Rose. This is Rose. She has been in Mama's Gun, the animatic Mama's Gun, and I think she was also in another one that I don't remember, unfortunately, but she was in Mama's Gun briefly. Oh, she was also in Devil Like Me. By the way, those two animacs are some of my favorites I've made. Um, but this is Rose. She's gonna be in the next one. Um, in the next big animatic. So I'm very excited for you guys to see her. She's very crazy. She's very crazy. I love her. She's been a ghost for a very long time, about as much as Ray, a little bit longer, actually about 62 years. Um, I know, I love this shade of pink. I really love pink. It's up there with my favorite colors. I said earlier my favorite color was teal, and pink is closely behind that. I love teals, blues, greens, and also a lot of pink. Um, but yeah, she's very fun. She's a very fun character. She's very crazy. Um, and in this scene it is actually it's a big part of the story because basically something substantial happens afterwards, and I don't want to spoil it, but this is basically when the ghosts come across one of the organization that they're against. Like there's this organization called Souls of Paradise, run by Zack. Now they don't know it's run by Zack, you know, and I'll kind of go into more detail about what the organization is and what it basically aims to do, but Rose, is basically like second command to Zack. She works with Zack. So if that gives some context, she works with Zack and Derthier. And Derthier is another character I'll talk about. He's a very fun villain character because he's not exactly 100% willing in Zack's operations. Ooh, I haven't seen that meme. I'll have to check it out. There's a couple of different animation memes I've been wanting, but I'll check that one out and see if I'd have any interest in doing it. Is it like an animation meme? Because I do like animation memes. I haven't done very many in a while, but yeah, I'm always looking for new video ideas, of course. I can never have enough video ideas, so always let me know if there's a song or animation meme you guys want to see. I will definitely look into it and consider doing it because I'm never short of animation ideas. I always love having plenty of video ideas. But yeah, I love Rose. She's so crazy. She's that's the next big animatic. And then I'll do a couple more. Um, this one I was actually working on just today. Um, this one is actually this video is going to be way farther away. But this is Isaac. You've seen him in my Colors animatic. Let's see. I can check my channel actually. Let me check because I forget a lot. Oh, please don't play something copyrighted. Oh, thank goodness. I always roll the dice. But Isaac has been in Everything Stays. He's been in Fairy Tales briefly. Um, he was in Colors. Like I said, Isaac has not gotten a video in a long time, and I love Isaac. He's one of my favorite characters to write. He's a musician. He loves guitar. He loves singing, and I'm also starting to add. This is an experiment, but because I want people to know when a character is a ghost or not, I'm adding these little ghosties around them. I think it's really cool. No, I didn't. I actually think I pulled it from uh, just like out of thin air, honestly. I can't remember how I named a lot of my characters now that I think about it. A lot of their names didn't necessarily come from things. I just like would look through names of things online. Like, there's always those baby names you can look through. I basically look through those, but for actual like characters, and basically pick from there. Um, but I can't remember exactly how I got his. I think I just came up with it because I like the name Isaac. Um, that sounds kind of interesting. Um, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out and see if it's a song I would like to do. But yeah, this is Isaac. He has in this animatic, it's actually not a song. It's I don't know what you call it, but it's by Jack Stauber, Jack Stauber. The guy who did Two Time and all that good stuff, Buttercup. You probably have heard his music. It's super popular. I absolutely love his songs so much. It's very popular for animation memes too. Love his songs. Have I done a Jack Stauber song? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm almost positive I did. What did I do? Oh, I think I did the Lone Brain Heart Control one. And I think I unlisted it because I wasn't happy with it anymore. I have unlisted I will admit I have unlisted some of my videos because I don't really like them anymore. Um but yeah, I did that song. I can't remember what it's called now. I actually had a scrapped animatic of the song Coffee. I was trying to do that song and then I was like I kind of fell out of motivation for it. I was not. I just wasn't. Yeah, I didn't like it. I like the song still. I just didn't feel like doing an animatic about it. But yeah, this is Isaac in ghost form, and you see he's got that little ring around his eye. Um, and all of his glory, all of his tattoos and piercings. He's one of my favorite characters to draw. Absolutely love drawing Isaac. And I will show one more. Oh my gosh, I can smell the food we're cooking. I'm so hungry. I'm so excited. We're making ribs. I love ribs. Um, gosh, what's another one I can show? Um, see, I have a lot of videos planned. Um, the next one that's coming up, I don't really have very many frames for. It's a very short video, but I will show one frame, which is Fairy, of course, because I love Fairy. Um, oh man, I do love hyper focusing on my characters in general. Ah! But yeah, their names I just kind of unfortunately I really put a lot more effort into their designs than their names for me personally because I just love the designs aspect. Um, oh yeah, like I was saying, I'll have to look up that meme later. I'm not really sure what it is either, but we'll look it up together. Or actually, maybe not together because I don't think I can look it up on stream because of copyright. But I will look at it after stream. But this is Perry. You know her. You love her. My favorite. I love Perry. I love her colors. This is just a quick one for my next animatic. It's a little bit different of the song. The song's a little bit different for this one. It's I when I first heard the song, I was like, ugh, and then I listened to it a couple times. I was like, ooh, it's pretty violent. I do try to keep the violence to a minimum, just because I definitely don't want to scar anyone, and I also like to keep things pretty PG on my channel. But I always warn you if there's going to be a little bit of blood or death mentioned because it is a tough subject and it's hard, even though my characters are very cartoony. So if it is too graphic, I may not want to do it. If I'm just giving a fair warning, I can't do every single song recommendation, unfortunately, just because there may be things about it that, maybe make me uncomfortable or maybe I don't want to do for my channel. But I do like the recommendations, and I will give it a listen and a go and look it up beforehand. But a fair warning, I may not always do it. Like, I may not always do the recommendations. And I want to say that right now before I get recommendations for things and people are like, why didn't you follow my recommendation? And then I'm too shy to say no or too shy to say, oh, actually, I'm not comfortable doing that. So I will try to keep it PG when it comes to things. Um, I know. I love the fluffy hair is always very fun. I love designing characters. Perry, I've had Perry for so long. Oh my God, I've had her since I was like 14, I think. She's gone through so many redesigns and so many changes, but she's always stayed the same character in my heart. Of course, with the upgrades because, 14-year-old me was very new at making characters, and I've just only added and improved her character. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Thank you for the warning. But like I was saying, I will check it out. Don't worry. And yeah, I have a lot more things planned. Um, I think that will be my last little insert of a sneak peek at some of the things I'm working on. Uh, and I can't always guarantee I'll be able to make videos as often as I am now. I have had a lot of free time. Yeah, I have heard a little bit of the story of Isaac, but I'd have to kind of brush up on it because I'm not like it's been a long time since I've heard a lot of those stories. But yeah, definitely very interesting. There's a lot of really interesting stories. Um, I also know there's the Binding of Isaac, the game. I think that was based on some of it too, which is actually how I know a lot of what I know about it. But I don't know if that's loosely based or not. Very interesting stuff, though. I do like reading stuff like that. But yeah, I guess I'll continue doodling. Unless you guys have also questions I will answer on the side as well. I'll probably continue scrambling for about 15 more minutes or so, and then my husband and are getting very hungry. We're gonna want to eat, so I will cut it about the same time as last time. But don't worry, I'll still be here for about 15 or so, doodling, chatting. So any questions you want to ask, I would ask them now. Uh, just before like the stream comes to a close in a little bit, and then if you have a question still, I don't want you to forget it, or be like, oh man, like feel like you missed the opportunity. So if you have any like questions you've been wanting to ask, definitely feel free to ask them now. And if not, you can just enjoy the stream, continue chatting, um, and I will continue chatting as well, and just kind of doing my thing, you know. Uh, I'll do a couple more doodles here. I definitely am. Like I said, I definitely won't be able to keep up posting super regularly. Like I have had a little bit more free time, but I mentioned last year I'm about to move, and that will, take some time. And I've also got school and work, so I can't guarantee I always will be able to make videos super often. But my goal, like I said, is to at least post every 2 weeks. That is my main goal. Um, and the reason why is because uh, I like to try to keep a schedule and I like to try to keep a balance. And I also don't want to overwork myself. So if there's ever a point where, um, I don't post for a while, it's probably because something happened or I really became busy. But I always try to kind of warn people if that starts to happen. Like if I know like I'll be gone for a while or I know something came up or, because there's definitely a lot of stuff that goes on in my personal life that I don't always talk about, and it's not always that serious. But just in case, I always try to give a warning that I may be gone for a little bit longer or something like that. Oh, let me get my music on. What the heck? Now it plays. Man, every single time I go to check it, it immediately plays because then it doesn't play for a second. I'm like, oh, go manually do it, and then the second I click on it, it plays. Like, what are you trying to do to me, YouTube? What are you trying to do to me? Oh yeah, that is definitely a good way to get character names. Honestly, just naming them after like a favorite character from like a show or an anime or something. That is a great way to get names. Um, like I said, I'm not great at coming up with names, so I typically have to just look at like a name generator or something. But that is a good way, for sure. Names are so hard to come up with for characters, dude. Like I named this guy Mantis. Why did I name him Mantis? I don't really know, honestly. At the end of the day. I don't know why I named him Mantis. I like his name though. His name's kind of fun. Um, it's like everyone else has like normal names, and then you just have Mantis. I'm like, oh yeah, Zach is definitely very villainous. I wouldn't call him an evil character per se. He has his own motivations, but some of the stuff he does is pretty bad. I mean, killing Ray was pretty bad, you know. That wasn't very cool of him. Um, but the reasons he does the things he does is definitely for like in his mind something that is good, even if it sounds horrific to everyone else on the outside. So Zack is definitely a villain. He's a very fun villain for me to write, honestly, because I find villains with even a little bit of nuance to be um, very interesting. I absolutely um, I love giving people, you know, a character that you can actually like, not just, not like them for what they do, but like them for who they are, and keep up with them as people, even if you don't really like or agree with the actions they do. And adding a bit of nuance to a situation like that also makes it a little bit easier for audiences to maybe, not connect with the villain, but understand everyone has their own motivations. Of course, that's not me defending anything Zack's done, because, like I said, he's pretty evil. But there's also a part of me that loves writing a little bit of nuance. Not everything's black and white. And yeah, I think that creates a very compelling story to where sometimes you don't even know what side you should be on. Um, and so I do hope to add a little bit of, oh yeah. So basically, I mentioned this I think last stream a little bit. I think I touched on it, but when Ray was alive, it was 1981, which was the year he died, and he had met Zach a couple months before, and they had kind of sprawled a friendship. Well, Zach was a ghost at this point, but he went back to Astromia, which is basically Earth in my story. But he went back to Astromia because um, he essentially didn't want to be a ghost, and he was kind of in denial about it. So he went back there to try to live a normal life, and that's when he met Ray. And during this time of meeting Ray, he realized, no, I actually like being a ghost, but I kind of need like Ray to come with me. He didn't want to leave because he really liked Ray, and so in order for Ray to be in the afterlife with him, he killed him, uh, which is really messed up and really not good, and really like what the heck, Zach? Like, what are you doing, man? But that's essentially the story of how Ray died. Very messed up, very bad, and is essentially a big part of how Ray and Zach's friendship fell out. Because yeah, I don't think I'd be friends with someone who killed me either, man. But yeah. Oh, Audrey, I'm so sorry. I'm my little kitty. I'm sorry. I hit you with my foot. I'm so sorry. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? She's up from her nap and walking around. Hi, kitty. But yeah, there's the other side of Paradise animatic that shows what happened between Ray and Zack, and then there's also the Mama's Gun animatic. Once again, both of those show death, just in case, fair warning, just for anyone who's not comfortable watching that. I do have some traditional drawings. I typically sketch a lot. Like I have sketchbooks and I do like to sketch a lot, like at work or, my free time. But for the most part, I do all of my art digitally because I like making YouTube videos and I also like making animations in general. And so it's a lot easier to make animation when, you have, it's a lot easier to make animation when you have, like the animation programs and stuff versus doing it on paper, which you can do, but it takes a while. Yeah, I have a cat. Her name is Audrey. She's my remaining cat, unfortunately, but because I lost my other cat a little bit ago. But yeah, she's my baby. I've had her since I was 10. She's 13 years old this year. She's very old, but she still acts like a kitten, and I love her. She's on the ground right now, rolling around. Oh my gosh, so cute. Definitely do not trust. Oh my gosh, I absolutely cannot wait to do more Zack and Ray animax because they're. Oh my gosh, Zack is such a fun character, but he's so evil. He's just the worst. But he's also my character. It's like I'm the puppet master of all these ghosts. Um, Zack's also partially responsible for a lot of other characters' deaths, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Um, I'm gonna move these guys up. They're taking up a lot of my space, and I don't want to move around the canvas too much because I don't want to make anyone nauseated. Um, just another second. I love Rain Zach. Definitely very. It does kind of make me feel bad because I don't like being cruel to my poor characters, but I do give them plenty of happy moments, and their lives aren't always super bad in the afterlife. Um, oh, my cat is also gray. She's like a gray tabby, and she has green eyes, and she's very short hair, and she's also very fluffy. Like, she eats a lot, which is okay, but goodness gracious, my cat likes to throw up. She'll eat a bunch and then she'll throw up. And I'm like, why? Why do you do this to me, Bubby? Why do you do this? Why can't you do online art? I know for some people it's like using a mouse, and then for some people, if they use a tablet, it's like impossible to start with because I know when I first used a drawing tablet, I was like, this just ain't work for me because you have to draw on the pad and without looking at it the entire time. You have to get used to that, and that's very difficult first. But for me, that took a long time. Yeah, I did try to give my characters a good life. I mean, as good of a life as you can have as a ghost in the afterlife forever. But I mean, they do still have fun. They can still eat even if it's not real food. It's like replica food. That's okay. Um, but yeah, I do try to give my characters some happiness because I also I feel bad for my own characters. If you've noticed some of my animacs, my characters definitely have a little bit of a rough time sometimes, but for the most part. Oh, I have heard of that song. That is a good song. I'll check it out again. I haven't heard that song forever. I used to listen to that song a lot when I was younger. Um, I could definitely see that being a Zach song. I'm actually in the middle of creating playlists for my characters right now. Um, on my YouTube channel, and basically creating playlists for ideas with videos for songs and stuff. Um, I made them private because I kind of want to keep them a secret in case I do decide to do those Animax, just so I keep the Animax a surprise. Um, and I like people like wondering what song is gonna be next. Ah, what am I doing? There we go. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving your character sad backstories. It's good to, what the heck is this music? I'm sorry, I got distracted. What is this? I just chose from like unicorn heads on YouTube. I was like, oh goodness, what? I want to see this playlist. I was having a blast making those playlists today. I was like, ooh, like I finally had like an easier way to like organize everything, like all my thoughts, all my MX. There's so many like songs I want to do for my story. Oh, you might. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, if you do, let me know. That'd be awesome. I would love stuff like that. I absolutely love hearing what songs I might be able to use. Forest life. Oh, that sounds like such a good life. All the dogs. Oh, I want a dog someday. I don't have a dog. I love dogs. I'm sorry. Why does this song remind me of opening the Seinfeld? I don't know why, but this song is just driving me crazy. I'm sorry, I've got to skip this song. All I can think of is I don't know why. It doesn't even sound like it, but for some reason that song was just distracting me too much. I'm not even sure. I hope you guys can hear the songs. I always hope that you can hear them because I'm worried they're gonna be too loud. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. Um, Fair warning though, every time I try put on the music, it always blasts, and I try not to let that happen. But just a fair warning, every time I stream, just be careful. If I say I'm putting on the music, maybe lower your volume because you know how I am. But I try my best not to let anything happen. I also try my best not to yell into the microphone or laugh too loud because I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. Always let me know if I'm being too loud. I will absolutely turn it down or tone it down. Don't be afraid to ask me to turn things down if it's too loud. I will absolutely do that. Oh my gosh, I love crows. There's always crows outside my apartment. There's always crows. It's like, oh, it makes me kind of freaked out sometimes. I'm like, oh gosh, why are all these crows around? But I love crows at the same time. They're so smart. They're just such smart creatures. They like bring you things. They remember you, man. I really like that about them. I love birds in general. Um, there's actually, oh my gosh, the other day I was going downstairs from my apartment and I was going to work and there was a sparrow on my car. There was a sparrow. He was just sitting there and I got out my phone to take a picture and then he left as soon as I tried to take a picture. I didn't get my picture. No one will ever believe me, but because I don't have proof. Like I was like, no. It was so cute too. It was like such a cute little bird. I love birds. Oh my gosh, birds are some of my favorites. Oh yeah, they will steal stuff. They'll absolutely steal like money and stuff. Gosh, I love how smart birds are. They're some of my favorites. Um yeah, the fluffy hair, I just kind of started doing it. Like, whenever I draw, I really like doing quick, like, strokes like these. And that ends up just becoming, like, a big fluff ball. So whenever I do hair, it just ends up being so fluffy because I'm always doing stuff like that. Lately, I've been trying to do it one line at a time because that makes a bit of a smoother edge. And you can kind of see I've changed that. Biggest inspiration. Oh my gosh, I have so many. Lavender Town. Lavender Town is my biggest one. Um, please forgive me for saying her name. Rajarin? Rajarin? I think is her name. She makes a lot of OC animatics on YouTube. Um, her style is just so amazing. I'm so sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. I think it's Rajarin, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I love her animacs. Her animacs are a big inspiration for me. Um, Jane Animations was also a big inspiration for me to animate and draw my character. Uh, let's see. Oh gosh, I have so many more. There's a couple people on Instagram who I can't remember their names right now, but um, oh yes, I love Lavender Cat. Watched her stuff for so long. I don't really think it's inspired my art style as much, but she has shown me so much important like art tips, and I've like kept them. Like with her clothing and stuff, like that was like how I learned how to draw clothing. Like that was a big part of it. Obviously, I use references too, but Lavender Town was a huge part of my art development as an artist, and I feel like she helped me way, way a lot. She's helped me so much. Um, yeah, I love Jane Animations. Jane Animations is so good. I love her animations. I hope one day I can maybe not do story time, but I kind of want to do more like animation. More than animatics. Um, Yeah, that would be very cool. I want to see if I can find a cover of that though, because I also like the thought of Zach's versions of songs being a little bit more like whenever I think of his music, I think of like a piano, like a really scary piano music, like a deep piano. I wonder if anyone's got a piano cover of that singing, because I would actually like to look into that. I'll look that up later on YouTube. I love that song. Oh, I haven't listened to 3 Days Grace in so long. So nostalgic for me. Um, I do have one song I can probably name. Yes! Oh my gosh, I love Shanzy. I love their stuff. Their stuff is so good. Oh my goodness. I love their animations. They're so good. I'm not sure how they haven't been hired because their animations and animatics are so detailed. It's like some of the best stuff I've ever seen on YouTube. It's amazing. Like they should be hired by Disney tomorrow. Like you know what I mean? Like they legitimately have such amazing stuff. Um oh yeah, I was gonna do the song. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but it's called The Other Side. Um and it's from The Greatest Showman. And I think everyone and their mom has seen at least one um animation or animatic by or about the song The Other Side. And I think everyone has at this point. And I plan on doing that song with Zach in your theater. So I will spoil one song. Um, Animation memes. The biggest part is that people like a meme is something that you kind of pass around and sometimes change. So I think animation memes were called that way because people take on their own. They have their own take on it and they pass it around. You know, and you sort of copy what they're doing, but you sort of don't. You sort of put your own spin on it. You know. The ship in the bottle. Oh, I love ship and bottle. That's such a good. Mwah. Oh my gosh, that's how I found their channel. Oh my gosh. I adore it. It's so good. I haven't listened to all of The Greatest Showman yet, but I have listened to The Other Side plenty of times. That's my favorite song from it. I need to listen to more of the songs, and like listen through all of them again because I haven't really gotten the chance to. But I love The Other Side. It's such a good one. Friends on the Other Side, the Disney one, is also really good. I have listened to that song. I have not watched Princess and the Frog yet, and I don't know. Is that what it's called? Princess and the Frog? I don't know how I have not watched that movie yet, but I love the music from it. I need to sit down and watch that movie. I wish Disney still did 2D animation like that because it's so beautiful. But Friends on the Other Side is also a good one, and the song The Other Side from The Great Showman, and the song The Other Side of Paradise by Glass Animals. Those are all three amazing songs. I would love to do uh, more of that. Now I do have The Other Side of Paradise animatic, but I kind of dislike it now, and I kind of want to remake it. Um, yeah, definitely. Like I didn't really hear a lot about The Greatest Showman except for the Other Side song. Um, uh, so I definitely need to watch all of it though. Or listen to all of it. I think it's only a musical. Or it might be. Is it a movie? Or is it just? Oh, it's actually a movie too. Okay. Oh wait, are we talking about the Princess and the Frog? I now I sound silly. Um. Oh gosh. Okay. Sometimes I get a little flustered. Music artists, yes. Even just songs, even just listening to songs can really help me um have inspirations for my animations and my animatics. Go ahead and list them. I think that's all I'll do for doodles today, and I will probably wrap this up here in a few minutes. And I do wish, I really wish I could stream longer today. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I should have started streaming earlier. That is my mistake. I'm so sorry. I did promise a longer live stream, but this is about the same time as last time. I'll go ahead and chat for a few more minutes, and then I'll have to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, everyone. Don't worry. Next Monday, I don't know how crazy it's gonna be because I have midterms. I think coming up soon. Spring break. That will be nice. Spring break will. I will definitely have more time to stream and do videos. Um, and I really hope that poor man poison. Oh my gosh, so good. Whenever I heard the song "Hell's Coming with Me," I was like, I want to animate this whole song, and then I didn't. I only animated like 20 seconds of it. I really regret that. I think I'm gonna redo that someday. Um, because I listened to Hell's Coming with Me a couple more times. I was like, wait a second, this sounds like Ray. Like this sounds like I could animate Ray when he first gets to the afterlife. Like, and he finds Lenoria. Like, I could totally do that. or he finds the town Lennoria. Like I could totally do that. That would be awesome. I always encourage everyone to draw to your favorite songs. Yes, I love drawing to my favorite songs. I love listening to music. I listen to podcasts a lot when I draw because that actually helps me stay more focused because you know what happens? I think we all relate. The second I start drawing and listening to a really good song, I get up and then I start thinking about an animation with it and I start pacing around and I think of the animation in my head and I was like, I can never get anything done if I listen to music sometimes. So sometimes I have to listen to podcasts. Otherwise, I will just be like visual overload and I'll just only think about my characters and how I want the song to relate to them. It's a very big obsession of mine to listen to music. It's okay. I know I have so many songs. Like I said, I was making playlists today for all my characters, all my separate characters of songs I want to do for them, and also songs um to uh to do for like not just feature animations, but also to help inspire me for like drawing them. Because sometimes I'll think of my characters and I'll be like, you know what? Sometimes music helps explain their personalities more than anything. I also hope one day I can commission like a musical artist or someone who does music to do character themes. I might try to learn music myself first, but I would love to have character themes made someday. That sounds so fun. I'd love to commission an artist to do that someday, but at the meantime, I can't. I don't really have the it's okay. I don't really have the means to do that yet, but one day I will. I know, right? I will restart a song if the animation in my head like if it gets messed up or something. I will absolutely restart the song in my head, or restart the song and then redo everything. That's actually how most of my pretty much all my animatics are made. Are they're all planned out in my head months in advance sometimes. I will hold on to a song and wait for so long until I maybe perfect my artistic skill a little bit because sometimes, it's like I've been doing full body shots of my characters, like pulling the camera out and showing all of them instead of just like only showing the shoulders of the characters enough. And so I've been trying to do that more, and that's hard. And anatomy wise, that can be very difficult. So I've been practicing a lot to be sure that I can do those animatics in the way that I want. I want them to look and stuff. Um, oh my gosh, I relate so hard. I absolutely love imagining my characters. The musicals are even better because in musicals you really feel the characters within them. You know what I mean? The musicals are even better because you can really visualize a character standing there, telling you their life story, singing their heart out. It's amazing. I love musicals for that matter. Um, uh, no, my music. Oh, that's okay. I'll probably go ahead and wrap up because we are about to eat dinner, and I'm very excited. Um, so I'll go ahead and wrap up today's stream. Thank you all again so much for joining. I always appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day and listen to me rant and talk about my little story. I always really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, I love Hamilton. I was actually just listening to Hamilton again the other day. I was like, oh, forgot how good Hamilton was. Um, but yeah, I hope you all have a good night or a good morning wherever you live. Thank you all so much again for coming. I'm glad you all were here and could make it. Like I said, if you missed part of the stream, you too have a good night. If you guys ever miss part of the stream, I'll have it all uploaded on YouTube and my live streams and stuff, my live stream playlist. And I have a video coming Friday, so keep a lookout for that. I got a new video coming, so I'm very excited. And I hope you all have a good night. Thank you all again for joining me. I always really appreciate when you all are here. Thank you again for your support and just being here and chilling. You know, I always love doing streams. I will do one again next Monday if I can. Um, oh my gosh, I love all of those. You'll Be Back is such a good song. Oh my gosh, I love Hamilton. I can't. It's. I wish it still was as popular as it was like 5 years ago because I absolutely love Hamilton still. Um, Gosh, I'm gonna have to listen to Hamilton after this too, I think. I don't know if it would fit any of my characters, but it definitely is just a fun musical to listen to. Um, but yeah, I hope you all have a good night. And thank you again for joining me. But yeah, see you all later. And join me next Monday if you'd like to see another live stream. And I got a new video coming Friday. So that will be uploaded Friday. And yeah, thank you all again for joining and have a good night.